Alright, Shalom. Before I start, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai Bahashim, Baruch HaKorash, to honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to all elect Akim, Walk Wathim, learning and teaching in truth and sincerity. And this is another video,
the House of Gucci.
Through the Spirit. You know, I got a whole little playlist now of videos I got ready. You know, so I'm going to try to pump out a couple today. And we're going to let this clip play. It says, White Cop beats undercover black cop. Alright, so basically you had a Jake, he was undercover, and he got the holy heebie-jeebies, you know, beat out of him by one of his fellow officers because his officer didn't realize that he was undercover. So we're going to fast forward to some statements that are made. You know, I'll let it play for a minute so you can get the gist of the video. Then we're going to fast forward to a statement that was made by the main host, Sank Ukert, alright, who, you know, you got that bitch Anna Kasparian and Sank, you know, they've been around for a minute. They're the main host of the Young Turk show. And he's going to make a statement that Esau Edom feels truly in his spirit, and very rarely ever will you get one to admit it. Every so often they will, but it's a rare occasion. All right, so let's let this go for a minute.
Basically beaten up by his own colleagues during a Black Lives Matter protest in 2017. Now, he went undercover, and so did another white police officer from the same department, and the outcome of this story gives you a sense of how profiling and prejudice really works. On September 17th, 2017, Detective Luther Hall was working undercover during a protest for Anthony Lamar Smith, a black man who was shot 5 times by cops in 2011. Hall, who was dressed in plain clothes, was mistaken for a protester by his fellow policemen. And so he was not only arrested, his cell phone was destroyed. They took the chip out of the cell phone and they proceeded to beat him to the point where prosecutors got involved in this case. And now there are some consequences for the officers who played a role in his beating. So here are some photos from the prosecutor's exhibit in the case, and it shows you how Hall was beaten. You know, his lip is busted. You can see some of the, wounds on his body. Hall was documenting the protest with a camera, and that's when he was detained and beaten, had his cell phone destroyed.
So he was just standing there recording, and you see the beating that the molly whopping that they gave that man. They probably, you know, they had him on the ground, giving him some footwork. Got to work in his face, you know, gave him a little chin tuck a little bit, had his arm busted up, and he says he still suffers from permanent neck damage. So you best believe they was giving him that footwork, all right, that boot to neck action, all right. And this is supposed to be one of their own undercover. And now we're gonna fast forward, all right, because some of the Edomite officers has actually said some verbal statements, which goes to show that this was purposely done because he was a so-called dark-skinned man. It wasn't just, oh, they got a hold of a random protester. No, they targeted him specifically because he was an Israelite, all right, or what these people understand in the world. They specifically targeted him because he was a black man that was protesting, and they figured that they could get off with it.
You think all black people in this country were lying? No matter where you were assigned, and just arrest people. Who cares? You got to make the quota because it's part of your job. And he said, did you think all black people in this country were lying all this time? No, we abuse them. And because it's partly because of racism, partly because they have no power. And
partly because of racism, and partly because we have no power. And that is the current estate of the true children of Israel in the last days. The fact that we are hated by the nations, and we have no power nor might in our hands to defend ourselves. That is truly applied to our nation. We are the nation that fits that. Those people over there in that land don't fit that. I don't even have to grab Deuteronomy, y'all. I don't even have to grab Deuteronomy. All right, let's see. Right here. Now, this was, you know, the Lamentations of Jeremiah, you know, something being written in the times of Babylon, but this applies to modern day Babylon as well. All right, Lamentations 1:15. It says, the Lord hath trodden underfoot all my mighty men in the midst of me. He hath called an assembly against me to crush my young men. The Lord hath trodden the virgin, the daughter of Judah, as in a winepress. All right, and that is the condition of our people. We are trodden down. We are being literally beaten and bruised by a nation that is not of our own. All right, ain't no everybody big and bad and tough until the police show up, and that's also in the curses. All right, matter of fact, let's get this in Leviticus. It was told to us what, Leviticus 26 and 17. Who does this apply to? What group of people do these words fit? Leviticus 26 and 17. And I will set my face against you, and ye shall be slain before your enemies. They that hate you shall reign over you, and ye shall flee when none pursueth you. All right, who does that apply to? What group of people is always taking off running? You know, police didn't even get there yet. Nigga, hurry up and get going. Nigga, running with his pants sagging. All right, are we not being ruled over by a group of people that do not like us, that constantly kill us on a day-to-day basis? Who do these curses fit on a day-to-day basis? Not just in 1944 to 19 whenever World War II was, you know. Or them motherfuckers try to fit the curses for 5 years. We've been fitting the curses for over 500 years. All right, who does this apply to? What group of people is being slain before their enemies and are also being dominated by them 24/7, always in fear of death? Let's let it go some more. The clip.
So that's the reality of America, and the only people who deny it are the ones who kind of like that reality and don't want to get woken up to it.
Yep.
And they just want to say, hey, look, let the cops do what they're going to do. We need cops and law and order. And then whenever you do law and order on somebody on their side and go, hey, maybe Trump or one of his cronies should be arrested for their corruption, instead of like, no, we don't want law and order. Oh, I see. So you just wanted to...
So there's no punishment towards E. He's able to do his wickedness and get off, no punishment. But if you so much as are an Israelite and you so much as sneeze next to a Snicker bar, the next thing you know, you're going to see a black baton crushing your goddamn orbital bone, the bone around your eye that keeps your damn eyes in your skull. You're going to look at a candy bar, next thing you're going to look up, you're going to spout. Right all in your damn eye socket. You're going to be on the floor, man, getting stomped the fuck out. Meanwhile, you have Edomites, so-called white man, here it is, a Jacob steals some out the little store. White people steal your whole continent. They set up a banking system to constantly take money out of your community. All right. They set up a taxing system to make sure that they don't have to work, and they're still getting your motherfucking money. So who's really the thief in this bitch?
Be able to brutalize minorities in this country and not be discomforted by it. And that's what you hire the cops to do. So that's just the reality of America. This is one of the hundreds of cases we've covered alone, let alone all the ones that are out there that we haven't had a chance to cover, and the ones that happened in the past with no video coverage, or that happened today with no video coverage. I think it's a super fair assumption that if you hear a policeman and a victim's accounts, it is a much safer bet to say that the cop is lying and that the person that the cop assaulted is telling the truth.
I mean, at this point, how many stories have we covered where the police report completely conflicts with what the videos
cover? And when...
Okay, Console, I got to the point that I wanted to find, because I wanted to get, and he's going to say it's something that the police officer had said to show you that he was specifically targeting Jake. All right, but this is nothing new for us. We're used to this. We've been experiencing this since Exodus, being specifically targeted because we are the chosen people. All right, this isn't a mystery. This isn't, and you heathens, you scoffers, who we have our own people that love to scoff. You can't, even if you don't want to be an Israelite, you are an Israelite. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, even if you think that you're anything else, the curses don't care what you think you are. The Heavenly Father doesn't care what you think you are. And this devil doesn't care what you think you are. You will get your head beat in all the fucking same. Let's go to Jeremiah, all right? Because things have not changed, all right? At no point did we ever stop being the nation of Israel. Let me see. Let me think for a second, y'all. Salakia. I believe, is it 9 and 20? Salakia. It's 8 and 20. Having a mental relapse. Jeremiah 8 and 20. It says, the harvest is past, the summer is ended, and we are not saved. All right, that is the condition of the Israelites, still in captivity, all the way to this time. Nothing has. Let me do this. Get this out of Edris. When you read the condition of our people from back then, it still lines up with today's time. All right, which goes to show you who the true people are. What other group of people fits these things? All right, you know, you got to be real. You got to be real. Second Esdras. Let's go to chapter 10. We're gonna read some of these verses right here. Yep. To look at our condition. That's why we're able, like he said, like St. Ugurk said, we don't have any power. All right, we can't fight back, and we don't have any power. So we are easily to be mangled and mishandled by the heathen. Second Esdras 10 and 21. For thou seest that our sanctuary is laid waste, and our altar broken down, our temple destroyed. Now this was literal. You know, the Holy Land, you know, the temple was destroyed. But now this applies to us spiritually. We have no, you know, we have our elders and apostles here at Great Millstone, but in terms of literally the following the law according to it, you know, us having a king, having the high priest, we literally don't have a leader anymore. We don't have the priest in the temple anymore. We don't have the king reigning over for us, you know, fighting our battles. We don't have any of that no more. No order, no law. All right, it says our psaltery is laid on the ground, our song is put to silence, our rejoicing is at an end. The light of our candlestick is put out, the ark of our covenant is spoiled. Our holy things are defiled, and the name that is called upon us is almost profaned. And now in 2021, it is profaned, because back then we knew we were the chosen. Now the majority of us still don't. All right, even though, you know, Jake is waking up, and it only matters for the elect and the 1/3, but you still got niggas walking around, you know, on they black shit. We've been beaten so bad that we lost our heritage for a time period. All right, it says our children are put to shame. That happens every day. You just had the Jake Child here in Michigan, 6 years old, get shot in his fucking arm over a bike by an adult. All right, it says our priests are burnt, our Levites are gone into captivity, our virgins defiled. Do we not have the most lewd and atrocious women, you know, and all? Hey, calling a spade a spade. Our women are completely out of order. All right, it says our righteous men are carried away, our little ones destroyed, our young men are brought in bondage, and our strong men are become weak. All right, so we don't have any. The fathers is out of the household. All right, and we don't have anyone standing up on a, you know, for a head-to-head basis. You know, if you do something to an Israelite, you can get away with it. No one's gonna stand up for our rights in the courts like that. All right, you can beat our fucking skulls in, and we can't do much of shit about it. So let me let this play out.
And when the cops see a white protester, what they think is a white protester and a black protester, they let the white protester go completely. They don't do anything to him. The black protester, they kicked the living crap out of. He started FaceTiming. The cop who was doing the beating started FaceTiming with his girlfriend, told her ahead of time. He was looking forward to it. Now, it turns out he wasn't looking forward to beating up protesters in general. He was looking forward to beating up black protesters. Okay, and so now this second part of the story is if he wasn't recording it himself, the cop, and it turned out that the person he beat up wasn't a cop, but was just a regular citizen, what do you think would have happened?
No consequences.
So, you know, right there, the damn cop who was partaking in the beating was FaceTiming, y'all. FaceTiming his bitch. I'm looking forward to beating some ass tonight, baby. I'm gonna come home, you gonna have that raw steak for me, you know, however the hell. So it's not a mystery anymore. So if you're, like he said in the interview, if you're trying to pretend like these things aren't happening, then you're just blatantly choosing to be ignorant, and you're most likely one of the people who benefit from it. All right, so that's about it. Just a real quick video. I wanted to hop on it. I came across this little interview. You know, we don't get no love, no nothing here. We told to sing and dance and to run the ball. What they tell LeBron, just shut up and shoot. Or no, just shut up and dribble. Okay. Oh no, we saw a shirt like that downtown, y'all. Edomite lady, she was wearing a shirt that said shut up and dribble, and she got mad at us because we was out there preaching, and she basically was telling us, you know, get off the street corner and just go back to being niggas in the world. You know, they just want us to shut up and dribble, dance and sing and make rap music, you know, make use of the Israelite loins whenever they feel like it. You know, use us as a penis toy, all right, or use our women as big booty Judy toys, and then just shut up and get out of their sight afterwards. That's all they want from us, all right. And then that's why the Lord's gonna come back and He got something for these motherfuckers. All right, so I'm gonna give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakurash, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to all the elect Akim. Walk with Him, learning, teaching, in truth and sincerity. And I'm gonna say Shalom.